All right, well, let's get started. Lucy Kovalova to serve. Now, Lucy Kovalova and Callie Smith, the 2 seed, taking on Schneemann and David, the 6 seed, trying to move on to that championship Sunday. And that one just not going to do it. Now, Donald, women's doubles, more entertaining than men's doubles? Just firefights.
I would have to say so, yeah. It's so quick. Firefights, the ball is going back and forth so quick. Quick exchanges, a lot more fun.
And a good put away there from Lucy Kovalova. Staying on that right side, you typically see Callie Smith playing the left. Sometimes they'll switch it up. As Schneemann and David on the board first. And unable to close there is Lacy Schneemann. Just drive and crash.
Drive and crash.
And just as an update, I know we're all watching this one as it just gets started, but we're in Game 3 on pickleballtv.com for Championship Court is the Kawamotos taking on the undefeated partnership of Annalie Waters and Catherine Parento, the 1 seed. Kawamotos lead 9-3 in the 3rd game.
Wow.
Donald, what do you think, man?
That's crazy. What are they, 56-0?
Something like that. It's something astronomical.
That's wild.
And speaking of wild is also going to be Lucy Kovalova's 2-handed backhand. Good luck with that, Schneemann and David.
Yeah, it's a pretty shot.
And Callie Smith just trying to go for it, go for something there, try to flick it. That ball, especially as a little breezy here. Not as bad as yesterday, though.
No.
Dying down a little bit at the kitchen line.
Yeah, the wind's a lot calmer.
And good redirect there from Lacy Schneemann, just kind of faking him out a little bit. Now, Donald, coming from tennis, which one was, when you're dealing with the wind in tennis and dealing with the wind in pickleball, what is different? Which one's harder? What is tougher about it? What's different about it?
I would definitely say playing pickleball in the wind's a lot tougher because the ball has holes and is a lot lighter, so the wind can sway it and move it a lot more than the tennis ball. Kind of the tennis ball, and the court's a little bigger, you can kind of play to the middle a little safer. And pickle, you still want to hit your spots and keep, but your 3rd shot drops are a lot tougher to keep it in the kitchen, and so it's unattackable.
Absolutely. As that one hits the top of the net, it's going to go long. Just those nuances of it, coming from tennis to pickleball, those differences, having to adjust.
Yeah.
It takes time.
It takes time. It's reps, practice, match play.
And that high volley going to sail just slightly as that ball, and Paddle actually gets too far behind her trying to come through. And so off to a quick start is Schneemann and David, already up 4-1. But Kovalova, Smith, veterans of this sport. And just going for it, testing Vivienne. David usually just sitting on those balls with a forehand, but misses that one. So kind of getting away with it, but just testing it as well. A nice little flicker right down the middle.
Very nice flick up the middle.
Now, Donald, did you play any ping pong or anything like that?
I did all the time. Junior tournaments, had a ping pong table at the tennis club I grew up at. We had a lot of battles on the ping pong court.
Big put away from forehander Schneemann. Did you see any of that ping pong stuff that you did as a junior? Did you start to see how it kind of works in pickleball a little bit?
It does. It's like life-size ping pong with a bigger paddle and a bigger table.
That's it. And Vivienne David kind of continuing what she did at the Masters, even just being extremely aggressive this year so far. and just going for her shots and closing in. And Lucy trying to pump up Callie Smith, get something going here as they get a gift with a missed serve. And Schneemann trying to go for the redirect again, kind of one too many there. Sometimes it just doesn't have to be that good.
Yeah, that was a tough one.
And probably thinking about the last one, now missing the backhand volley.
That was a 2-for-1.
And that ball's going to go out in the center court update. Kovalova and Smith up 5-4 here in the opening game 1. And Callie Smith sitting on a two-handed backhand, trying to go for a 1-2 combo. Schneemann coming up a little short, trying to redirect that ball down at Kovalova. And a little confusion on the score. Thought it was a side out, but just going to be 6-4-2. As that one going to just be powered home from Vivienne David. Now, Donald, you've been able to play some singles, obviously, men's doubles, mixed doubles. Which one's your favorite?
You know,
they're all different games.
They're all different. I would like to say, I would think singles would be better for me, but doubles has actually been a lot more fun. I've gotten more wins in the doubles. I practice it more, so it's a little different. It's enjoyable. It's a team aspect, and there's a lot of trash talking in pickleball, so it's a lot of fun.
There is.
I like the chirping.
Yeah. Now, is that something you expected coming in?
I did not. I did not. Coming from tennis, where you have just a gentleman's sport and you have to be calm and quiet and nice to your opponent, it's nice to talk trash.
Absolutely. And Schneemann gonna power that home. Lucy checking to see if that ball was in or out. So they're gonna say. Yeah, they're gonna say that one's good. So. And as they're able to put that away, Annalie Waters, Catherine Parento are now, what was that, 58 or 59 from the truck? I believe 58-0. So they were able to come back down 3-9 and take it to continue their streak now at 11, winning that third game 11-9. But wow, that's tough.
Yeah, it's really tough. You don't want them to get even. Got to keep the lead.
And that ball just going long. And that one hitting the top of the net. But Donald, you are correct, man. The trash talk in pickleball, and I don't think it's all. I'm sure there's, you know, in other sports with the NBA, the NFL, and other sports. Obviously, you have the trash talk. It's everybody's in close proximity, so the court is so much smaller. You can just talk to everybody a little bit more, right?
Yes,
you can hear it.
You can hear it. It's close. You can get in their head a lot easier. You know,
tennis, you're far away.
Far away. You can say it at the back of the fence, side of the court. You can talk to some fans, say some trash. But here, you're letting the person know how you feel, and they know how you feel.
Yeah. Reminds me of like 2-on-2. 2-on-2 basketball. I mean, it's just it's exactly what it is. And Vivienne David upset with herself by missing that one. You'd probably never know it, as she still smiles through it.
Always a smile on her face.
And coming up a little bit short there after a nice rally from Lucy Kovalova, and Callie Smith just able to transition slowly from the baseline to the kitchen. Very methodical.
100%.
And Lacy Schneemann coming up a short again, just trying to get so much roll there.
The inside out roll is a tough one too.
And so what would she need to do with her paddle then instead?
I don't know, I'm the one to ask, but I would think maybe not, bring the target in a little bit, because it seems like a lot of them are missing wide. Like maybe, just bring it in a little bit, give yourself a little more margin for error there. Absolutely.
And sometimes it just doesn't have to be that good.
It just doesn't always. And then she hits a really good one right there.
Yeah, exactly. Right on cue. Well, Vivienne David and Lacy Schneemann now in a hole a little bit, down 6-10 here in this opening game one, but still an opportunity here as anything's possible in pickleball. But that is definitely not going to help their cause as they go to the second server here, Lacy Schneemann. And now Lucy unable to get that one to go, so as they creep a little closer here at 7-10.
Oh, well.
And a missed opportunity there for David and Schneemann now. And a game point. 2 opportunities here for Lucy Kovalova and Callie Smith. And that's going to do it. So a big drive there from Lucy. Game 1 going to Kovalova.
The official ball of the PPA Tour.
Be a completely different player, probably within even like a month.
Yeah,
so
getting
it's just
the reps in is important.
Absolutely. But speaking of reps, here we go. Game 2 already rocking. And Schneemann again just trying to go for something that isn't necessarily there yet, just still a little too low.
Yeah, it's a tough one to get up. She likes that inside out there.
Loves it.
Loves it. Loves it. Live and die by it.
As soon as we say she shouldn't do it, she'll have an amazing one, though. So we did figure that out. And firing away, that's going to be a lot better than just an inside out. That's going to be powered home at the feet of Callie Smith.
That was good aggressive play.
And Lacy Schneemann finding the top of the tape. And there you see more in women's doubles. The quick pull.
Quick pull. That was what, 4 hits in?
And there's going to be a quick pull or 3 from Lacy Schneemann, able to put that ball away.
Yeah, it was a good play.
And now we have a 0-0-2 still.
Oh,
another one.
Another one. With the win. That was a tougher one than the other side.
I would think at this point, though, Callie Smith may start to adjust, knowing that that shot might be coming.
Right. She swung at that, too.
Absolutely. And Callie Smith actually leaned to the left, thinking that it was going to be an inside-out roll.
100%.
Good rally there by all 4 players. But, I mean, Donald, I know you came from tennis, man, but, I mean, there's so many more, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but there's got to be, you've got to be witnessing so many more net cords with the pickleball than tennis.
Way more. Like, it happens all the time. Like, it happens like, it's like you're almost aiming for it because it's like right there in front of you. So it's hard to get the ball up and over that often. Tennis, it's like such a rare occasion a net cord happens, and when it does happen on a serve, you just replay the point. It just doesn't happen that often.
Yeah, pickleball, it seems to be happening all the time. You know, the margin for error and trying to keep the ball low as much as possible. These players are so good at placing the ball, but I mean, it's just when you're going for just the top of the net every time.
Fair enough. That's a good point. Yeah, in tennis, you play with a little more margin, or you can play with a lot more margin. Than pickle, you want it to stay low and barely get it over the net into the kitchen.
And Vivienne David getting busted, trying to come back to the middle. As that ball goes by for a little ankle breaker. And Callie Smith with a cut volley there, cuts it right down to the bottom of the net. So finally a few points here in this game too. It's tightly contested so far.
Good defense there.
And a thumbs up from David to Smith. As David not really known for the trash talk.
Absolutely not. I feel like it's less in the women's game.
And not really sure if Callie said yeah or that was something from the crowd, but we'll go with the crowd as they're into it here at Desert Ridge.
Nice overhead.
And Lacy Schneemann with her tennis background, showing it off there with the overhead.
That was a nice wrist snap. Pronated well there.
And trying to come in and attack and apply pressure to Smith and Kovalova is Schneemann. Pushes that ball long. As for this new game, obviously they have a brand new Vulcan ball. We have a Vulcan ball for each game. You get a brand new one.
I like that.
And great defense there from Schneemann and David to earn their way back to the kitchen after getting pushed back to the baseline, working their way up, and Vivienne's going to want that one back, I'm sure.
100%. Loves that inside out.
And not changing her mind to go anywhere else.
Nowhere else. She had one track mind there, inside out.
Vivienne David just getting down in a squat and pancaking that sucker.
That was a good move. she gets really low, especially at the kitchen line.
He would almost kind of do a pancake or a mini scorpion on that one.
100%.
As we are always creating new shots in pickleball. That's one of the good news about it is why it's so inclusive. You have people, you know, like yourself, Tom, that come from tennis. You have people from racquetball and squash and all these other sports, and they're able to kind of use those into this game.
Right, all those unique techniques that they've spent a lot of time and years honing and learning, it kind of can all come together, and there's a lot of different ways to play the game of pickleball.
And Lucy Kovalova able to put that one down. But as we saw game one go very quickly with Kovalova and Smith pulling it out 11-7, this one not the case, kind of creeping along here slowly. A lot of side outs, tightly contested here.
This is.
And just going for it is Callie Smith. Maybe a little premature there, but trying to pull trigger just goes long.
Good defense.
And trying to hang on as long as they could there was Kovalova and Smith with some great defense. And Lucy just couldn't get out of the way of the one ball, or else it probably would have hit the fence.
Yeah, I think so.
Not expecting it to be that high. Now Vivienne David going around the post, and the crowd giving her a little bit of love.
Yeah, they like the ATVs.
Now, Donald, you've seen, speaking of the crowd, you've seen, I mean, some of the biggest atmospheres in the tennis world, man, you've been a part of. I mean, what do you think of the pickleball atmosphere? What do you think about, I mean, the crowd that's here, just kind of, I mean, elbow to elbow?
I like it. It's intimate. It's real intimate. That's the best way I can describe it. It's intimate.
You're up 4-1 in game two.
Right.
And good timeout there from Kovalova and Smith, kind of kill that momentum.
Yep, timeouts are big in pickleball.
And now a great timeout from Kovalova and Smith. Yeah. As timeouts aren't used to catch your breath in pickleball, they're used to kill momentum, that's for sure.
100%, yeah, it's a different little caveat you're throwing in there. Like, it changes everything.
And that ball not coming up. So Lucy's going to go ahead and serve. But yes, the game of pickleball, obviously, they go so fast.
It goes really, really fast. So you kind of need the timeouts because someone get on the roll and the game could be over in 3 minutes.
And Schneemann, speaking of roll, there's the backhand roll right down the middle of the court.
That was nice.
And now that ball going to sit up a little bit as well from Callie Smith, and Lacy Schneemann able to just tee off down the line of Lucy Kovalova. With a great deep return by Kovalova, so we'll see Lacy Schneemann to serve.
Nice reach in. Nice backhand flick.
the inside out by Lacy Schneemann once again, kind of getting her opponent off balance.
Loves the inside out.
And now Callie Smith and Lucy Kovalova kind of looking for answers here. You know, they have the wind kind of swirling on this court, actually. I keep wanting to say it's going one direction, but... And now that ball gonna sit up high as well, as Lucy Kovalova kind of smiling as she goes back to retrieve it.
Yeah, I think the win is behind Vivienne and Lacy right now. It's giving their balls a lot more force and pop. And it's tougher for Callie and Lucy to drop.
And Lacy getting under that ball a little too much, trying to cut it pretty hard to make it unattackable for Lucy Kovalova. And Callie Smith sitting on that one, but just so important, especially if there's any kind of wind involved, or a lot of it anyway, why that coin toss at the beginning, or that, you know, picking the number, why it's so important to get the correct side of 100%. Your choice.
Can get an early lead.
And Lacy Schneemann again, just having that paddle come right into her body, unable to extend and reload for the next ball. And we'll replay that as PPA rules. We play let's. Replay let's.
That's good speed up.
Lacy Schneemann proving to be a very crafty player.
Right, speed up right at the right hip there.
And there's Callie Smith flicking the braid in there and saying, come on.
Yeah, good aggressive play right there. Had one thing on her mind, it was attack.
You have to use those timeouts wisely, but let's get started here. And that dink gonna sit up high as well from Callie Smith. And she's been trying some new paddles, so, you know, I think maybe paddle sitting up a little high for her. She's still not broken in yet, not getting used to it yet. It takes time to break in these paddles.
Yeah, I was talking to Callie. We're both playing musical chairs with paddles right now. And she said she's liking this one a lot more than some of her others, though. So this is her second day hitting the paddle. So she got it from a friend yesterday. So she's learning the little nuances and the ins and outs on the feel for it.
Yeah, and it definitely takes time.
A lot.
And Lucy calling that ball out about 20 times.
Made sure she didn't hit the ball, and everyone knew it was out.
Yeah. So a good timeout there from Kovalova and Smith, so to kill that momentum. And that ball going to be just long, as even the crowd wants to make sure that they're a part of it.
Yeah, that one just missed.
Now David and Schneemann have extended their lead to 8-4 here, trying to get and force that game 3. And a good put away there from Schneemann, extending their lead to 9-4. inside out overhead from Lacy Schneemann.
Of course it's going inside out.
No other place to go.
No, great overhead nonetheless.
So if you ever play Lacy Schneemann, Donald, in mixed doubles,
I'm moving inside out. I'm telling my partner, cover the inside out. Let her beat you middle.
That's pretty funny.
Take it away.
Take it away. And there's Vivienne David with her animated miss. And now a little help from the wind there. That ball kind of dips down a little bit. And the timing of Lacy Schneemann a bit off. So they're at 5-10-1 here in game 2. Now would be a good time to kick it up a notch if possible.
The inside out overhead.
But Lacy Schneemann just too much with the inside out overhead.
Yeah, I think this side, the wind's helping it too. It's pushing it more to the fence when it goes in, so it's no chance to get that back.
And net cord for net cord. Lucy almost teeing off on that ball. A little upset and frustration.
She definitely caught herself.
Yeah. And a side out, so a game point here for David and Schneemann to take it to game 3. And that ball going to go long, so there it is. Game 1, Kovalova Smith. Game 2, Schneemann David. That means we're going to game 3.
Hey guys, today I just wanted to tell you about one of my new favorite accessories. It's this chair right here. It's made by a brand called Cliq, and this thing is amazing. It's super small, folds down about the size of a water bottle. It's very easy to set up. It takes me about 5 seconds to click this thing into place, and it makes a lot of sense for when I'm out in a place like this. They don't even have benches out here, so pop my chair down and I'm sitting pretty.
Smith, Schneemann, and David. Let's get started. And Schneemann able to get that ball down, but the team on the near side having the most success winning the game. And so we'll see how that factors in here in game 3. And probably should have gone inside out as Lacy Schneemann.
Yeah, that's been her go-to. She changed it up.
She's unable to get the Ernie to finish. And an acrobatic play there from Schneemann coming in. Flying backhand volley as they get on the board first here in game 3. And now we're going to hit the net. But during the break, Donald, you were telling me about Lacy Schneemann with the inside-out forehands and obviously the wind change.
Yeah, like when she's on the side closest to us here, the inside out, the wind was helping it. It was moving it more to the fence. So when it was made, it kept tailing off, and it made it tougher for Lucia and Callie to get to it. And now on the far side where she is, it's kind of bringing it back to the middle, and the wind is against it. So sometimes it's hitting the net, and it won't go over with the same amount of oomph.
And so definitely going to be in the favor of Callie Smith and Lucy Kovalova if they continue to kind of target Lacy Schneemann more as they get on the board here in game 3, tying it up at 1 apiece. And Lucy upset with herself as she is sitting on that ball with a two-handed backhand. Known for her two-handed backhand over the years.
Really solid shot there.
And that's going to be the warning. And so with the new serve rule, you are given a warning. And I'll explain more now. So with that warning, the new serve rule is it must be dropped palm facing down below the hip bone as well as when you release the ball, you may not impart any spin. So it was a fault back at the Masters as that ball goes out. It was a fault, an automatic fault at the Masters, but now they've added in 1 warning.
Yeah, that's great.
Per
Masters, people were getting really upset. The guys were coming to me saying they were getting called for 9, 10 faults in a match, which is like you said, I never got to serve.
I never got. And nice exchange there from Schneemann and Smith. Schneemann able to come up with that one, but yeah, it's tough for the shorter guys. That's for sure. You got to bend down, get it down pretty low. Short arms is tough too.
All above.
All the above. And that one's gonna sail long. And there's a couple fist pumps there by Lucy Kovalova as she switches over to the left side.
Yeah, and I see that.
And now we'll go back to the right.
Lacy is not trying the inside out as much on this time around.
And now they're flying around. Callie Smith able to cut that off and put it there right for the winner. So at this point, obviously the team that's on this near side has won the game. And so you got to be thinking, just get to 6 as fast as you can. Don't allow any points from Schneemann and David so you can make your switch. Just get there.
100%.
And now that ball going to go out as well. So we'll see if David and Schneemann, if they get another one here, elect to take a timeout. Try to kill that momentum.
Yeah.
But they're at 5-1. They'd get the switch and a timeout regardless.
Right.
And there's 6. There's going to be the switch now. They're going to get 1 minute. Lucy Kovalova up 6-1 here in game 3. And just going for it. Vivienne David upset with herself, knowing that ball was probably going to hit the fence.
Yeah, that one was going pretty far out.
And now they extend their lead to 7. And as we've seen on that side where Lucy and Callie is, the ball just sits up a little bit more, enough for Schneemann and David to hit down on it.
Right.
I feel some inside outs coming.
They're definitely on the way.
But not before Callie Smith can put one down. And now coming up short there, so Callie Smith, Lucy Kovalova looking to extend the lead here. Already up 7-1 here in game 3.
The inside out. She hasn't hit one in a while. It's not warm.
And unable to come up with the inside out forehand is Lacy Schneemann. And that ball taking a weird bounce, did not come up at all.
Hey. Winner stays on.
002.
You can't name a lot of things that I didn't do. I'm stacking paper like a book, not a Kindle. Think I'm like me anymore. I'm so flashy, I don't even say cheese anymore. I don't just want it, I just want more. I'm a major key in this game, and these keys open doors. I'm a big mood, big mood. You can't name a lot of things that I didn't do. I'm stacking paper like a book, not a Kindle. You outdated, I'm the one they getting into, and I don't break a sweat.
Match point.
Good timeout.
And a great timeout. Yeah, from Schneemann and David, and they'll need one more. And Callie Smith just coming in guns blazing, doing a little shake and bake for herself.
Yeah, it's a good move.
And just like that, we're at match point.
Match point. Oh.
And that's going to keep them alive as Schneemann and David get the side out. Very much needed side out, but 110.
Okay, 110.
Here we go. Start the journey.
Here we go.
And that is not going to help their cause, but David to serve, staying positive and upbeat for her partner. And that ball going to sit up, so tack one on.
Good setup there.
And now that ball going to sail a little bit long, so adding another one to the score. And 3-10. And reading that incorrectly is Vivienne David leaning to the right. That ball going right to the middle, and Lacy Schneemann not ready. And so 2 opportunities here to close it out for Kovalova and Smith. Match point. And that's going to do it. A drive right down the line. Lucy, Kovalova, Callie Smith moving on. 11-7, 5-11, and 11-3. Able to close this match out. Donald, your final thoughts, man?
Yeah, it was a tough match. It really